All right, Noel, thanks. We are learning more tonight about the two teenagers who were arrested after their friend was killed driving drunk.
Police say the deadly accident could have been avoided. News 8's Bob Wilson has more on what the teenage boys did that got them in trouble. Bob.
Now the question is, can you hold someone responsible for not doing enough to stop someone from drinking and driving? This is kind of thinking outside the box here, and police in Glastonbury are just trying to get the message out. Please don't drink and drive, and take the keys, do whatever it takes to stop someone else. Janie, I love you forever and always. Thank you for impacting my life. The lone note, handwritten, faded on the scarred tree, is all that's left of the accident site where Jane Modilewski died after crashing her car in Glastonbury. She was 17 years old. Police say her blood alcohol level was .27, more than 3 times the legal limit for adults. It happened back on July 14th, but this week 2 teenage boys were arrested for a reckless endangerment because they allegedly did not stop her from driving drunk.
The statute fits, and the fact that it was their inaction that caused her death. And if they simply could have made a phone call, an anonymous phone call to an ambulance and said there's an intoxicated female in a car.
Police say all the teens were at a party and that the boys had snuck out of the house. They needed a ride home, so they got Jane and put her in the car. The boys drove themselves home and then let Jane drive back to the party. When Jane didn't return, her friends were fearing the worst.
It was the interviews, it was the text messages, and it was their blatant knowledge even after the fact that they knew that she was intoxicated, and they were really kind of keeping their fingers crossed of whether she was going to make it home or not.
It's a sad thing. There's no winners here.
Jane crashed 2 houses down from Tom Quinlan. He woke up that morning to find police, fire, and Jane's Honda Pilot smashed in the trees.
I couldn't believe the circumstances of what happened. It really should never have happened.
Police say that Jane only made it about a half a mile here on Woodhaven Road. The last teen dropped himself off about 10, 12 houses up here. She came around this corner, failed to negotiate the turn, and that's when she hit the trees and went off into the woods. She was here for more than 2 hours before a neighbor, leaving early in the morning to go to a dog show, found her car door right in the middle of the road.
The car was still there, mangled up in the trees, and with all the thick underbrush, nobody really knew it was in there for the longest time.
Now, there have been other arrests in this case. The person who is also underage who provided the alcohol to this party has also been arrested. I'm Bob Wilson reporting live in Hartford, News 8.